Thank you. Dr. Kanimuji NVN Somo.
Thank you, Honorable Vice Chairman, sir. Sir, I rise to oppose this bill. I raise my objections for naming the bill in Hindi, all languages, all what possible. Sir, this bill is attempting to kill the private sector. Sir, this government approach to governance has revealed a clear pattern, a centralization of authority, consolidation of power, and consistent erosion of states' constitutional and fiscal autonomy. Sir, this bill is yet another example of how economic legislation is being pushed without adequate consultation with the states, without compensation to the states, and without regard to federal architecture that holds this country together. Sir, it seems the government has a specialized think tank with only one mandate, finds new methods to drain the state tax revenue. Every few months we see a new innovation, a new exemption, a new restructuring, a new carve-out that magically reduces the state's revenue while increasing the union's control. So the Indian insurance sector is a backbone of our domestic savings. It is a big social security, economic security for the poor middle-class people in the country. So the sale of the social security through legislation is unjustifiable and untenable. The consequences of this bill on common people and Indian economy are dangerous and detrimental to the Indian domestic savings. Sir, the bill grants the centre the sweeping power to exempt or modify the Insurance Act for entities operating in the special economic zone, that is CEZ. What does it mean? It means the union, without the state consultation, can allow the insurance in the gift city to operate under a light touch regime, free from the regulatory, legal and financial obligations that domestic insurance must follow. It gives a competitive advantage to the FISC-based companies while undermining the insurers based in the state. Sir, Clause 7 of the bill provides 100% FDI in the Indian insurance sector. This means 100% surrender to the foreign investors and to the insurance companies. Sir, also the Clause 7 inserts a Section 3AA into the Insurance Act and allows 100% foreign ownership in Indian insurance companies. That means foreign board members have the say in all the vital decisions of the insurance sector in our country, India. Sir, foreign shareholders will decide on the insurance premiums, returns and dividends. This will only facilitate an indirect route for the black money to flood into the country. The country is already strained and distressed because of the withdrawal of the foreign investments from our Indian banks. Sir, what about our state autonomy then? Who will answer the state autonomy question? Today, states run multiple social insurance schemes: crop insurance, livestock insurance, health insurance top-ups, and accidental cover for the unorganized sector works. These schemes depend on the financial strength of the state insurers, cooperative bodies, and local intermediaries. But the bill removes the requirement for capitalized cooperative insurers. It gives them no real competitive room in the market, now dominated only by 100% foreign-owned giants operating out of the tax havens. This is not a cooperative federalism, sir. So let us look at the effect of the employment. The LIC and the PSU insurers employ lakhs of people in every state. They maintain offices in the districts and taluks, not because it is profitable, but it is part of the social obligation. And what will happen to the LIC, sir? LIC's liabilities, responsibilities, the social obligations remain the same. But the competitors now get a freedom to operate under the relaxed norms in the CEZ, under the rural mandates, without compulsory investment in government securities and without servicing the poor. The government calls this competition. No, sir. We call this handicapping the public sector while subsidizing the foreign and the private insurers. Over the past 9 years, as of March 2024, the sector has attracted nearly rupees 54,000 crore in FDI, supported by the progressive policies. Now, with 100% FDI, it is expected to touch around 1 lakh crore in the next 9 years. This means $12 billion FDI, the market share of $600 billion will go under the control of the foreign investors. Sir, this is a daylight robbery. The government should not squander the opportunities to promote the strength in its own PSUs. But this government, through this bill, are favouring the foreign investors and burdening our own insurance company. Sir, the FDI insurance sector at that time will be like selling our own insurance sector to the foreign investors. The words of Tandai Periyar became prophetic when capital rulers rules the society, humanity becomes collateral. Sir, this is not Sabka Bima, it is Sabka Bakwas, which means poor quality bill. This is a bill truly, if the bill is truly a Sabka Bima, why does the clause 27 rewrite section 27 to prioritize investment flexibility over social obligation? And why does the clause 20 give IRDA power to direct investments without the parliamentary approval? And what are we doing in the parliament here? This bill does not guarantee coverage, it guarantees capital freedom. So this bill has the cascading effect on the Indian domestic insurance company like the LIC and the GIC. LIC is a people's institution built with people's saving. Sir, clause 72 to 82, amending the LIC Act, strip LIC to its unique statutory character and force it to operate like a market-driven company. This will only push it into an unequal competition with the multinational insurance company. And the poor LIC insurance, poor and the middle-class people, the farmers, the women and the rural families, when private insurance companies are refused. But this bill punishes LIC for being compassionate and accommodative to people. Sir, as Dr. Muthamalinga, Dr. Kalaignar said, public institutions exist to correct market injustice and not to surrender it. But this bill exactly does the opposite. Sir, this is a backdoor lawmaking. The delegated legislation is replacing the democratic debate. Federalism is completely ignored. Sir, it makes the poor middle class people to pay the premium, but the corporates call it dividend. Private insurers check the cherry pick profit. Sir, makers of the Dravidian movement in Tamil Nadu, Perarigar Anna, always says, government exists to protect the weak, not strengthen the strong. And Muthamalinga Kalaignar says, markets without morality destroy the democracy. And our Muthuvel Karunanidhi Stalin, our Chief Minister of Tamil Nadu, says, this bill strengthens the strong and abandons the weak. Sir, the social security should not be thrown to the market sale. People's hard-earned money and savings are not to be squandered to the foreign investor. The Indian insurance sector should not be surrendered to the foreign hands, and India should not become a corporate insurance company. Therefore, I strongly oppose this bill in the current form. I demand the bill to be withdrawn or at least to be sent to a select committee. I at least demand the government to introduce a state revenue protection clause to compensate the state for SGST, stamp duty and other revenue losses, and to also do exemptions granted to CES and IFSC insurers for business involving domestic and Indian risks should be withdrawn in full. Ensure all insurers, including those in CES, meet rural and social sector obligations without expectation. Create a joint state-center regulatory framework whenever policy changes impact the state tax base. Safeguard LIC autonomy and national role, recognizing its importance to public welfare and financial stability. Insurance must not become a tool to centralize power or weaken state finances. It must remain a pillar of public trust, federal balance and people's welfare. Or kindly refer this to the standing committee in the parliament. I would like to conclude by saying a Tirukural. Kudidari kolochum manila manan adidarik nirkum ulagu, which means a nation that does not protect and embrace its people will steadily lose its strength and stability. Thank you, sir.